Grana Weepin' Bong, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be checking a look at some Transformers news that I found from the four corners of the Tinterweb. And I know yesterday was April Fool's Day, so I've had to be quite selective with some of the stuff for today. Before we get into all of the Transformers news, we're going to check in a little bit with Ramentoy, because Ramentoy have been on a little bit of a rampage this week. They started off with this exploded image of the bad guy that they're going to have for the 80s Commander. So to you and I, this is of course Hacker from the Centurions. Power extreme. So this looks really cool. Looks like it comes with quite a lot of accessories type stuff, lots of lovely helmets, and this is the fully exploded image, but shh, don't tell anyone, it's confidential. They also showed off the Apache Commander, so we can see him in his Apache outfit, and they also showed off a couple of other things. This, I don't know what this is. This is something new. I don't believe that this is from the Centurions. This is something completely new. I hope it's Mask, but I don't think it's Mask. Let me know down in the comments what you think it is. And then they shared this, and I'm gonna be absolutely careful with this one because this is something that was shared yesterday. This, of course, would be Marshall Bravestar, but it was shared yesterday. Yesterday being April Fool's. It would be lovely if they did a Marshall Bravestar set, but I'm going to take it with a pinch of salt.
And now the news. Don't touch that dial.
Kicking off today then with Funbee Studios, and Funbee Studios are currently working on this. Now this is those bots from Paradon, so they are going to be prototyping those and they'll look very, very cool. Again, Funbee Studios 3D printed, making all the stuff that Hasbro won't. Bit of an upgrade kit now for your SS86 Slag, and DNA have done pretty much what they did with the upgrade kit for Grimlock, where they made Wheelie transform. They've now made Daniel transform. It doesn't have as much an impact because we know we're going to get the core class Daniel from Hasbro as well, and I don't know how well that sizes up its scales against this version of Slag, but it's good to have him with the rest of the upgrade kit. To be fair, they haven't done too much to Slag himself. I wish they'd have given us the silver stuff that we were supposed to get, but instead they've given us some kind of red horns. That'll obviously make him more G1 toy accurate and stuff like that, so cool, but I really wish that they'd have given us what Hasbro promised. Rising Force have been releasing their take on the Stunticons soon, and now we're seeing the model images of these, and the prototypes are looking great, especially the Menasor in its complete mode. Pretty nice looking. I'm not sure on the size of this bad boy at all, but it looks very, very nice. The whole set looks good. So many Menasors to choose from. Which one is sitting in your collection right now? Now we move over to Dr. Wu. Dr. Wu. So now we move over to Dr. Wu, and as we know, whenever you pick up a Dr. Wu figure, you never get just one Dr. Wu figure. Dr. Wu has twin packs with almost everything they've ever released, and their latest releases are no exception. So we can see we're getting Seaspray with Starscream, we're getting Powerglide with Thundercracker, and Blaster with Skywarp. I actually wish they'd put all the Seekers together. That would have been a nice little pack that would have tempted me. The Seekers here do look okay, but they look quite stocky, and I'm not 100% sold on the alt mode for the Seekers. The other figures that they come with though, I am all over those. I do think that the Seaspray here is a very, very nice little stunty version of Seaspray. Love his little stubby legs. Very, very, very cool, and the alt mode here is very nice as well. It reminds me very much of the original G1 toy. I wonder if it transforms in a very similar way. Obviously the Seekers, when we go back to them here, yeah, they don't set my world on fire. I don't know why. Maybe I should pick one up anyway just to see, but there's just something about it. Whenever you make the Seekers super small. They just always come out quite stocky. I think that's the best word to describe it. And by the way, Dr. Wu, if you don't have any Dr. Wu figures, they're even smaller than Core Class. Power Glide is probably my favorite of all of them. Both modes look phenomenal. I actually think that the alt mode for Power Glide is one of the best looking alt modes for Power Glide I've ever seen. I don't know what it is. It's that big chunky cockpit with the wings and everything. Love the look of this one. Back now to Skywarp, who's looking pretty Skywarpy with his ball joints on show, and then Blaster is the final one, who looks good in his bot mode. Altogether, I think if I'm going to pick any of these up, I'm going to pick up the Power Glide one because I do love the look of that Power Glide one. Now, these pictures were released yesterday. Yep, yesterday being April Fool's, I know, but now the reason I'm feeling quite confident in showing this is because they did the same bloody thing last year. So last year on April the 1st, Ocular Max showed us Lady Aerys for the first time. And now this is the Aerys IF01A. So this one is going to come slightly different colorization, it looks like, on the tracks, and a different head sculpt as well. The release date for this is going to be September the 15th. So for all those people that have been crying out for a version of this figure, you can go over to Planet Steel Express and get your pre-order in right now. I highly recommend this figure. In all honesty, I don't think this is as nice as the other one, as the original version. It's different, but I still prefer the original. However, the original is not an option for most people, so if you need this one in your collection, this is a great option. Still looks good. Doesn't look as good and as tarny, I guess, as the first one, but beautiful figure. Head over to Planet Steel Express and get your pre-order in now. Moving over to the world of TFC Toys, and they're doing another kind of take on the whole Tactical Commander thing that they had going. This is their Supreme Tactical Commander, and this looks very nice. So I think the base here is still going to be from their original take, which is like an Optimus Prime / Gi Jo type affair, but I think this is the best version they've done so far of it. I've been looking for a reason to put this in my collection for a while. The original version of it that looks like a missile launcher, but this one with all the extra bulk, and especially with that awesome looking alt mode, I think this is the reason. This is the one I'm going to be doing. This is going to be brand new, not sure when it's going to be coming out, very much in the prototype stages, but alt mode's got me sold here. So we know April Fool's was yesterday, so I've been super careful with what I've been showing on this, but I did want to call out 2 April Fools that I saw everywhere that went viral, and either people playing into it or people really believing it was a thing. So I just wanted to share 2 of them here that I thought were absolutely hilarious. The first one being the original version of Jetfire up on Hasbro Pulse. Obviously not. And then this was probably the biggest viral one I have seen. Congratulations to whoever did this, because this was the Diaclone version of Mirage for the War for Cybertron. Very well done on this one. I saw this one absolutely everywhere. Whoever put this one together, really well done. Love it. Speaking of absolute jokes, IGN are reporting that Michael Bay wishes he'd listened to Steven Spielberg and stopped making Transformers movies after he'd made 3 of them. I'll link the full article down at the bottom, but hey, Michael, I wish you'd stopped at 0. So that's everything from me on this Transformers Saturday. We finally pushed past the 4,700 subscriber mark on this channel. Thank you so much for the support that I've had so far. Grew pretty well over the last week. As I keep saying, we're really on that push now up to that 5k mark, and at that 5k mark, let's get together and do another fun live stream and have a bit of fun on YouTube. But until then, I'll see you in my next video. Alright team, see you in a bit. Peace!